All right, this next video is going to be all about Polyhaven. So when you're doing Blender and you're doing 3D modeling, there's two things that come up on a regular basis. One is textures. So when you're going through and you're trying to make something look realistic, you need textures. And unless you're going to go out with a high-end camera and you're going to take the pictures in perfect settings and then be able to convert it over to a texture yourself, which is going to take a lot of time, you're going to need a website like Polyhaven to be able to give you the textures that you need. So Polyhaven is, I think, the best website when it comes to free assets. So you don't have to pay for them. You can come on here. Now, they do have a membership ability on the website that allows you to get early access to some of the textures. But as a whole, you can get most of their stuff for free. So when you come to the website, you can go up to assets up at the top, and there's three main things that they have. So they've got models. So if you want to be able to have models that are pre-built that you can just drop in to your thing that are free, whether they're rocks, whether they're grass, trees, benches, anything like that, you can go ahead and take these and drop them in so people can upload them or they can come from the website creators. So those are really, really good. Okay, so if you want to be able to have access to models, those are nice. Most people come on here for these two things, though. They come on for textures and HDRIs. So textures is an endless, there's hundreds of them on here, but think about it this way. Let's say that you wanted to be able to make a room and you want to be able to have a wall. You could actually go in and look into the different types of materials they have. You have outdoor, indoor. So these are metal metal outdoor, fabric, plaster, concrete. Okay, so let's say I went to indoor. Okay, it has white plaster, rough plaster, you know, more like a popcorn style looking from medieval times. Okay, all different things. Okay, and all you have to do is you just click on whatever it is, you download the texture, and then you're able to use this inside Blender. So, and they're free. So this is something that's really, really useful. They have so many different textures that are on here, whether they're wood textures, brick textures, different types of flooring, terrain textures like rocks and grass and pebbles and all sorts of stuff. They have snow fields, sand, dirt, beach, all different things. So this is really, really cool. They have fabric materials too. If you want to be able to have fabrics like denim, different kinds of denim and patterns for different things. So really good if you need to be able to get access to textures. You save them. I have probably a couple hundred of these on my desktop saved that are from this website. So I definitely recommend using those. The next thing is HDRIs. So if you don't know what HDRIs are basically your background. So it's a background that goes into your Blender file that is used usually for the lighting. Now, you can use the background and what the image itself is, but most of the time people use it for the lighting. They'll actually make it transparent background so you can't see the HDRI, but you can actually get the lighting source from it. You can rotate it around so to where you're moving where the light source comes from. So it can be really, really useful. Like if I knew I was going to be able to, I wanted to make something that was indoor on like a not an overly sunny day, but let's say it was just like a kind of overcast day a little bit. I could come in here and I could click indoor and just kind of plug through until I find one that looks like it's overcast out the windows a little bit. Okay, like a lot of these look like they're real sunny outside. But if I keep flipping through, eventually I'll come across one that looks like a little more overcast. Like you can see, this one doesn't have a ton of light coming in through the window. You can't tell if it's overcast, but it doesn't have a crazy amount of light. You know, this one looks like it has a lot of artificial light. But I can go through and I can just basically pick whatever I want. And there's a lot of them on here. So you'll see they're all set up over here. Let's say I wanted one that had a sunrise or sunset in the background, but it was indoor. I could do that. If I want one that's focused on outdoor, I could do ones that are for morning or afternoon, like overcast soil, cloud sky. So that one you could use. Like there's so many different ones. And they cover a lot of different things. So it's just gives you a really good idea that if you needed to be able to have, you want to match the lighting of any scene, this is how you would do it. So if you're looking at a picture of something, you get an idea of what the mood and the scene and everything is with the lighting, time of day. Then you come on here, you pick one that matches, you put it as your HDRI for your background, and then you can make it transparent, and then the lighting will match, and then whatever your background is of your scene. So that is another really cool thing, and literally same thing. All you have to do is you just click on it, hit download. It gives you choices, 1K, 2K, 4K, 8K. I usually get the 1K ones unless I'm going to do a real big project, then I might go to the 4K. But you can do all different ones. And size-wise, they're obviously smaller if they're, 1K is only a megabyte, whereas 4K is like 20. So you'll have hundreds of these, so they'll add up pretty quick. So just a brief overview of Polyhaven. Hopefully that helps you out and gives you an idea. You can also get collections if you want ones that have all sorts of stuff. That'll have like rocks, trees, branches. So it'll have assets plus the background and stuff. You just look at all these different things and it gives you a grouping of the whole scene. So really, really cool stuff if you want to be able to do it. Like I look at this and immediately I think of the forest from Return of the Jedi Star Wars. And I think, man, I could use these assets to create a scene and then have some of the characters from Star Wars modeled. And I'm only doing the modeling part. So cool stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to do that one day and be able to share it with you guys. So anyways, hopefully you enjoy this. Enjoy Blender and good luck.